What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Katt Williams was recently on the Joe Budden podcast, and he gave his opinion about cancel culture. You know, that culture that always want to cancel somebody when they don't agree with what that person is saying. Katt pointed out the central local fallacy of the whole cancel culture premise, i.e., that it's really just a way of saying that you're allowed to say whatever you like, and people are then allowed to not like those things that you said. He also notes that calls for more sensitive language has much of its roots in minority culture, since historically it's generally people of color who have had slurs and insults hurled at them from people in position of privilege and power. After offering a concise and clear analysis of various angles and topics, he brought back the simple question of whether the people complaining about this stuff understand the ways that restrictions and boundaries can help shape and supplement art. Or, to put it in his words, if you want to offend somebody, nobody took those words away from you. Katt said, if these are the confines that keep you from doing the craft God put you to do, then this probably ain't for you. Come on, Katt. I'm with it, fam. I'm with it. That's why I stopped saying certain words. You know, when you know better, you do better. You know, you find out certain words are offensive to people, and, you know, you don't want to offend people, man. It don't cost you nothing to use a different word, right? It don't cost you nothing to respect somebody's wishes that you don't use a particular word that they consider to be a slur. It don't cost you nothing. Now, of course, if you're my enemy, anything goes. An enemy is an enemy, and they get what they get. But I'll give you an example. I used to use the R word, right? Well, I can use it in this context. I used to use the word retarded. One day, this young lady that I know, who I respect, she told me, you know, you shouldn't say that word. I said, why? Why not? I've been using the word all my life. She said, yeah, but that's offensive to people, you know, that have family members who have mental problems and stuff like that. And at first, you know, I was bucking. I was like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. And I thought about it. I was like, well, it's offensive to an entire group of people whom I really don't understand. But if they feel that way about it, I ain't got no problem with them people. I'll stop using it. And I stop using the word. It's that simple. Now, some people who will use certain words, and man, I've been using this word all my life. I've been doing, yeah, man, but you know, there's a thing called growth, right? And that's what we all should be aspiring to do. Grow. You know, I think it was, Ali said something along the lines of if a man is doing the same thing if a man thinks the same way at 50 that he did at 20, then he's lost 30 years of his life. So it's something along those lines. I believe that. Fam, some of us are stuck. Just stuck. And we think it's cute. Well, you know, my mama was like that. Well, you know, my daddy was, well, that's the way I was raised, and it was good enough for me. Then I don't understand why it's good enough for them. Well, I've been talking like that all my life. That's the way I talk. Nah, that ain't the way you talk. I know how you talk. That's the way you talk when that's the way you want to talk. When you walk in that courtroom, you're yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. That ain't the way you dress, because when you walk in that courtroom, you know, fix it up, get it together, pull those pants up, get it together. Now, you know better. It's just that depending on the situation or circumstance, you don't want to do better. You want to do whatever you want to do. And then you use these excuses about being conditioned and growing up that way. I appreciate that insight from Katt. A lot of people oftentimes think that comedians are not intelligent. Man, comedians are some of the smartest people out there. And that was indicative of that interview that Katt gave. Very insightful, very wise, showed a lot of growth there. Pretty much anytime I see Katt Williams doing an interview, I'm going to tune in because he always got something to say, even if you don't agree. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?